I train. I train every day. I train every morning. I could usually start work fairly early and then train in the morning and then just carry on with my work until like evening time or whenever I feel like.
Yeah. How's the fight camp been going? Obviously, over a week now.
Right,
yeah, sorry, mate, go.
It's been all right, been back at been back at Manchester, SPG Manchester more often. Previously, like my previous fight camp, we did a lot more time because the COVID restrictions, because the gym was closed. We did a lot more time over at in Bolton at Sol Rogers MMA, like at their gym, where Jack heads up the Jack Cartwright, the bantamweight champ, he heads up like the gym up there. So yeah, heads up all the coaching. So we did most of our camp up there every morning. But this camp round, it's just more in Manchester, same group of people and that. But yeah, just I haven't got to travel as much really to get to the gym and all that type of stuff and train.
How do you normally split your time then between the gym with Jack and in SPG in Manchester?
Oh no, them lot are up there anyway. Them lot are up there all the time anyway. But it's just it was literally just the facility. It's just the same with the same training partners and that. But it's literally just the facility. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So is that a bit closer to home than the other gym for you?
Yeah, a lot closer to home. Yeah, a lot closer to home actually. Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, I've had like more than three professional fights now, and obviously a load of amateur fights behind you as well. Do you feel like do you feel like is that sort of your fight camps you've got to nail down now what your routine is? Or?
No, you just train, innit? You just train because the thing is these fights and like they're just mental, aren't they? Like you can't really go in and say I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that or whatever, like because it never goes that way, does it? Like they're just fucking mental. All you've got to do is just be in shape and ready to go, really. Like, and there's no well, I don't know, for me anyway, like there's loads of people who say, oh, I have to do this and that and this and that. Like it just I just get ready, I just go in and do things.
Are they not too structured then, your training camps for each of your fights?
No, it's structured training and that, but like we'll do different things. It's just getting ready. Like as long as you're doing things to get ready, like to be in shape and whatnot, to be in shape, be like have your timing on point, all them type of things. Like there's no real like set thing that I need to do. Do you know what I mean? As long as I've done my training and that, like I'm ready.
Yeah. Do you stay pretty fit outside of camp as well then?
Oh yeah. That's the thing. There's not really been no camps. Like I think my last fight on Cage Warriors, that's the last fight in like 3 years or something that I've had like more than 4 weeks to prepare. So like I always train anyway. It's a lifestyle thing, innit? Like you just train because you want to, you know. I just train because I want to.
That Ben Ellis fight guy you're expecting then?
Pardon?
Did that obviously your previous fight being with Ben Ellis, that guy you're expecting?
Oh yeah, no, it was just I had the time to prepare. It's in like, okay, we know what he's gonna do, like, so we're just being prepared for every like type of situation.
Yeah. Was that the result you were expecting though, obviously, the outcome?
Oh, is that the result I was expecting?
Yeah.
To be fair, that's just the way I fight. Like I like people. I like if I watch a fight, I want to see people get sparked out. You know what I mean? So that's how I always go into fights. I just go into spark people out. I don't really go into like, you know, I'll edge him out over the 15 minutes. Like it's just not in my. It's just not the way I fight.
Most your wins are by submission, though, aren't they? Well, yeah.
Most of them are finishes. That's the thing. Most of them are finishes. Like I can't even remember really. Most of them fight by submission. My finishes, probably, but yeah, it's just whatever way you can finish. But I always like to like knock people out in like some type of flashy way, in it. Best way to. It's funnest way to do it, innit?
When I do see you swinging, do you look like you're swinging hard, like you're trying to knock someone out with every punch?
Oh yeah, every single punch I'm going in there trying to kill someone. Me, that's what it is. And that's the thing I was saying. That's Abdul on the way home. Like after that fight, I was like, oh, I'm more like in the gym and that. I'm more like the technical, and like fucking throwing me jabs and slipping and dodging and all this. And but then I just go in there and it's just I don't know. The switch just goes off in your head and it's just like take them out and it. Like,
it all just goes out the window.
Yeah, that's it.
Tell me if I'm wrong there, but I feel like you've got quite like a jiu-jitsu heavy style.
Not really. Yeah, can. Well, I've got. I like my submissions and that. I like my submissions. No, I wouldn't say it's really a jiu-jitsu heavy type of style. It's something I'm decent at. It's something I can decent at. Something I can pull out the bag anytime, maybe. But yeah, I like to knock people out. I just don't like to get hit, and I think that's what it is. I don't like to get hit, so so it's used that jiu-jitsu and it's just like getting hit and that. So yeah.
The reason I say that is because I feel like I see you pull guard quite a bit as well, and I feel like you're quite more than happy fighting off your back.
Yeah. I'm confident there. I'm confident there. I'm confident there to really just be active off my back and stuff. Like I'm just super confident there. Like that's all.
Yeah.
Because I think what it is since I've been fighting, like ever since I've been fighting, like people have just always wanted just to take me down, hold me down, or like hold me against the cage and things like that. So it's really just knowing that you're dangerous in them situations. You can submit people and stuff. Like it's a good like little thing, like trick to have up your sleeve in there.
Yeah, sounds like one of the things I noticed about you, especially like during your amateur career as well, when like people were trying to like take you down or grind you down against the fence, instead of trying to instead of trying to stay on your feet, you would just pull guard or jump to guard and attack a guillotine or attack a triangle.
Yeah, that's it. If you want to, that's one of them. If you want to go there, we'll take it that way. Innit? It's one of them. Like I'll do it on my terms. In there.
Yeah.
So just put my charge in it.
Is that what it's about then? Just take really, instead of fighting the takedown, just try to keep it on your terms, right? Oh, I'm going down, but I want to, I'm trying to use that to attack a submission.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I think. Yeah, it's just more about finishing fights. Really, like that's where I feel I can finish fights like that. That's I mean, my style isn't really a style to where like you're gonna win decisions and stuff. So it's one of them. Like I'm always just looking to finish in every single way possible. You know?
Yeah. How did you get started in the sport, mate? If you don't mind me asking.
I was just always into sport. I was always into sport, and I used to play rugby. I used to play rugby a lot. And I used to get into fights and that when I was like in high school and stuff. So I could handle myself in that, but I couldn't handle myself and didn't know how to throw punches and all them type of things. So I just fought. And then someone in my school was like, "Oh yeah, there's a UFC gym in Liverpool in town," and I was like, "What? You can do that?" And I didn't know it was something like you could even do.
It's funny you say a UFC gym and not an MMA gym.
This is in like I don't know when this was, like 2014 or something. 2000. I can't even remember. I was like 40. I was like 14, 15. I was like 15, 16 years old. I was like, oh yeah, you can do that. And then I was just doing that like once, twice a week whilst I was playing rugby, just to know it because I liked it. Like I liked watching it on telly and that. Like to be fair, I watched it one time. My brother showed me it one time and I didn't really like it. But then I just started seeing people getting knocked out and stuff like that. Like I was like, oh shit, like people are actually like it's entertaining and that. And then I was like, okay, I'll have a go at this. And then I just always kept doing it. I always just enjoyed doing it. I don't really I like the competitive part of it. I don't really like now if I stop fighting, like I'm not gonna be going to a regular gym or nothing like that. Like I don't enjoy it. Like I enjoy like the sport aspect of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like when did you decide then that it was something you wanted to? Like this is something I want to take seriously and something I want to do.
It's always been something I've wanted to compete in. It's always something I wanted to compete in. I don't know. It's never really been a thing of like, oh, I'm just gonna take it serious. And I've always just, it's like a legal way you can get into fights and stuff. Like I used to get into fights.
You're still not taking it that seriously then?
No, take it seriously. No, you take it seriously. You take it seriously because you can get your head taken off, can't you? So you've got to take it seriously in that sense. But it's always just been a thing where I've just always liked to compete. I always just like to win fights and stuff. There's something about like fighting and winning fights that's just proper. It just satisfies me in it.
Yeah. Do you prefer being like a team sport, like obviously rugby then?
Yeah, no.
The fact that it's obviously it's all on you, isn't it, compared to like a team sport, or it's like,
yeah,
do you like that sort of aspect?
It's half and half. It's half and half, really. It's just I like that the stakes are so high. The stakes is like super high in the fight. Like that's the part that I like about it. And yeah, it's all on you, so you've got to pull it out the bag. If you need to pull it out the bag, you've got to do what you need to do. But yeah, I like rugby. I like team sports in that as well. That's fun.
Do you like the pressure then? Sounds like you quite like the pressure.
Yeah, it's serious, isn't it? Like it's just like it's serious once the cage door closes. It just gets serious, and it's like let's see. I like risk and that. I like risk. I'm just like, let's see what happens, and then I let the what's it called? Let the hands fly and that. You know what I mean? See what happens.
Yeah. So obviously, like some people are like don't like the pressure, which like myself, I'd probably crumble under the pressure. You know what I mean?
But that's the thing, though. If you do, you're gonna get hurt in it. So like you can't not like the pressure, because if you fall to it, you're gonna get hurt. So it's even worse. It's even worse if you fall to pressure, because you're gonna get hurt. So yeah.
Yeah. What type of rugby did you play at school? Like league or union?
Union.
Yeah, that's what I played when I was at college.
What position you play?
Scrum half, of course. I'm tiny.
Oh no way! How long did you play for? You got them hands, yeah.
I just played a bit of for just local club and at school and like college and that, but never out serious. Like
nice.
But yeah,
whereabouts are you from?
North Yorkshire.
Okay. It's more what's it called? It's more league and stuff not over there, isn't
it? I thought it was more league down south, to be honest with you. But it's there's a lot of union around here. Yeah.
Oh, fair.
Nah.
Fair.
Nah, maybe I'm wrong. So obviously I'm not really.
Yeah, I know.
Don't really pay too much attention to it anymore. Like.
Yeah, I haven't put a pair of boots on in years, so yeah, I wouldn't know.
No. But yeah, how do you feel about Harvey coming into this fight then?
I feel good, to be fair. It's just another. It is just another fight, really. It's just it's just another fight. He's done the camp. He's a good fighter. He's well-rounded. He's taking it serious. Anyone who's in cage bodies, anyone who's in the UK fighting professionally and that, like they're all taking it serious and stuff, and they're coming ready to come in to win. So yeah, it's just same old. Come on, just try and take him out.
Yeah. Have you been paying attention to trying to get a feel of his style by watching his tapes and things like that? So you're looking at know what to expect.
Not really. I don't really do that. I think he's quite a well-rounded person. Like, I don't really watch people's fights too much, like when I'm fighting them, because it's like that's not you in the cage, really, is it? So like you can't really go, oh, he's definitely going to do this, or he's definitely going to do that. But you got to feel like the things that he likes to do and that. But that's it. Yeah, he just looks like a well-rounded guy. Good fighter, yeah, well-rounded, good fighter, good competitor. So yeah, it should be a good fight.
Yeah, I've been dealing with the whole COVID situation as well. Obviously, we found out, like, was it yesterday? We found out like the whole we bumped back even further, wasn't it? The like restrictions.
Oh yeah. I can't go to the club after I win this fight. I'm gutted. No.
Is that you normally celebrate?
I actually don't. I actually don't. When I celebrate, I go home and just chill. I'm always just. You feel like you've been hit by a car sometimes when you come out these fights and that. I never really do that, but it doesn't really bother me too much. Like it's just, life goes on, really, doesn't it? Yeah. What I've got to wait for the next 4 weeks. extra 4 weeks until I can go on a night out or something. It's not the end of the world, really. Yeah.
No, I think I've spoken to a few fighters that say like yourself, they like to keep it like pretty low key after like a win or whatever. But I think if it was me, I'd want to be like celebrating with all my mates and that. But
yeah, no, you do. It depends how you get out. Like that one, my last one in London. If all that stuff was open then, like I would have went mad, but not went mad, but like I would have had a good time. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was just it's not one. It's just not one of them. Yeah. You can't do it, can you?
So I mean, you obviously, are they still doing the like COVID bubble thing? I remember like for the last one.
Yeah,
they're still doing it. Like stuff. Is that?
Yeah, it's still doing it for like 2 days before the fight, so it's next week. Actually, the fight's next week or now. Yeah, Thursday the fight is on Tuesday. We have to get there, get our tests, and then we're in the bubble for them 2 days before the fight.
Yeah. How'd you find it last time without having any crowd there?
Pardon?
How'd you find it last time without having any crowd there? Was that a bit odd? Like,
I didn't really notice it. You know, I didn't really notice it. It still felt more or less the same. It's just you could feel the connections a bit more when like you hit people and stuff. Like when I hit them, I could feel the connections a bit more. Like, but that was it. Really, it's not really. I didn't really feel too much of a difference.
Yeah, could you hear more of like your corner more? And yeah.
I can always hear my corner anyway. For the most part, for the most part, I can always hear my corner. My corner is really good at that. That was the thing. Like Carl Tanzwell, like that was one of the things. Like he was just so well known for. Like it could be a big fucking stadium. Everyone's like, I could just hear his voice like loud and clear, like some big echoing voice. Like, and I think Matt's just taken that. Matt and Abdul really just taking that same style in cornering. So I can always hear them anyway.
Yeah. Obviously, you're undefeated in your pro career up to this point.
Yeah.
Is that something you're stuck on? Not stuck on. I'm a bit like you're focused on keeping. You're like your own.
Not really. It's just more about. It's more about the types of performances. Like I want to go in and just always be taking people out like in brutal fight, like serious, like brutal fashion. Do you know what I mean? Like that's the real aim of any fight. The undefeated thing isn't really too much of a thing I'm going to lean on. It's just more of a, like you get in the cage with him, you know what I mean? Like everyone knows, like it's gonna go down. Like when I'm in there, I think I'm getting there.
That's something is that what your aim? Yeah, that's what your aim is then, to take people out as brutal as you can.
Oh, that is always the aim. That is always the aim in this thing.
Yeah.
You're right, boss.
What's your goal in the sport then? Like, how far do you see yourself? Is it goal the UFC? Is it Bellator? Where do you want to be going?
Any one of all them things. Like it's a wild fucking sport. I've seen so many people do it, so many different fighters pursue it and stuff like anything. It's so wild. Like things can come, things can happen. Like in any situation, like all my different situations can arise from doing it. So that's what I mean. Like that's what I'm really focused on, just putting on really spectacular performances each and every time I get in there. Like because you can't really plan. It's not really the most plannable thing, is it? You can't really go and plan your route out to all these different places, can you? So yeah,
no,
that's not really like I'm not really planning on what route I'm going to take because you just can't.
No. Ideally, is there any sort of organization you have your eye on?
No, it's just taking out opponents, being known for that. You know the certain fighters when you mention their name, or like anything like that, you just know like like it's a serious fight. It's gonna be some, you know what I mean, like Paul Daly, like people like that. Like when you hear their name, like you know what it's about. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Obviously, it's about training like in Manchester. Just obviously have a great group of lads around you, of like Jack and Solon and that, like you were saying. What's it like training with them?
Yeah. Oh, it's all from top. You know, top. You got like the proper like the proper seasoned guys and that, like you've got all these different like levels of experience and stuff on all these different parts of the game. Like it's so good. Like you're just learning different things all the time. Like, and yeah, both of them really specialists as well. Like, well, everyone, we've got so many different types of specialists in the gym. Like it's great. It's great. Like you've always got different ways to learn and different like bad positions you can put yourself in to be prepared to go into fights. Like it's great. It's good. I love it.
Yeah. Is there, like I said, I feel like I keep going back onto this, but like your submissions you get, like your guillotines, your triangles, which you get quite a bit. Are they something you practice a lot on in training?
Yeah, that's the thing, because you get put in bad positions. It's like you're always trying to finish. It's not. Yeah, I'm honest. It's not a thing that I'm not like a super submission expert, but I think it's just more the way people are trying to fight me. Because I'm known to be like, I'm not known, but like it's one of the things of, oh, if you can just take him down, you'll be all right, and that, like, so people really just go for the takedowns and stuff, and it's one of them, like, if you really go for something like that, like you put yourself in position to where you can get taken, like submitted and whatnot. So yeah.
What? So do you think they try and take you down to avoid you striking them?
Yeah, I think that's well, being a lot of people's way, like approach to fighting me. Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, like I often hear the commentators saying about how impressive, how like explosive you are when you're striking. But for me, like I say, going on about it once again, but I feel like for me, it's after submissions that I notice of you, how, you know what I mean, how easily you go for them.
Yeah, it's just got to be crafty, aren't you? Got to be crafty. Because they think it's one thing. They think, oh, he's only a striker and whatnot, and then when you got your neck wrapped up, like it's one of them. Different, isn't it? Yeah. Putting people under all different types of pressure. You got to do.
Have you had a favourite win so far, whether it be like pro or amateur?
Probably my last two, because there's all the first round finishes. Probably my last two. My last one, Ben Ellis, obviously undefeated opponent, like undefeated in what was it, like 10, 11 fights. And he's just like how I was saying with the knockout, with them being known as a knockout merchant type of thing. Like he was known as someone, he was calling them the Welsh Khabib and all that. Like he was known to like be really dominant wrestler, really, really good power in his strikes and that on the floor. So yeah, being able to deal with his grappling, get up and knock him out in that way, that was really good. And the one previously before that, Liam Malloy, coming out of Next Gen in Liverpool, he's really good competitor. He was known to be a really good striker, a really good, like, someone with really good power in his hands, and so he's knocking a lot of people out. And yeah, being able to take him out in the
first round finish, I believe.
Yeah, it's very, very very pleasing to me. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you get quite so you get quite like fired up then, knowing your opponent's got a bit of hype behind him?
Oh yeah. You only like good fights, because it's one of them. Once you come out the fight, you look back at it and you just think, I just fought him. Like, you just fought him. He was serious. Like, he was a serious opponent. He came to win. He's dangerous, and I just stopped him, in dominant fashion. Like, that's the best way to be, really. You don't want to come out to a fight just saying like, oh yeah, but he's got more losses than he's got wins or something like that. Like, do you know what I mean?
So it sends you even further up in your career, though, like finishing guys like that in a dominant fashion, like you say. Yeah. That's what makes people notice you.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's all about. Taking the risks.
Yeah. You got any predictions for how you see this fight going next Saturday, then, mate?
I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know. Hopefully, it's another first round knockout. But if not, well, yeah, it's some type of stoppage, some type of knockout, some type of submission. Yeah, got me feet active and that. So I don't know. Might be some different type of care.
No, we like to see it. I'd love to see another one on your record.
Yeah, definitely.
I appreciate you coming on to chat to me, mate.